Hey 𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗚 everybody, welcome to it, man. This is an exclusive Pitchside Podcast. Now, you know we want to keep you guys updated on what is happening. And look, we're at Loftus right now, and as you can see behind me, it is busy. The last time you guys saw pictures, there was no grass, there was just sand. And with me today, I have Obi here from Keep It Green Turf, who's going to be talking to us mainly about all the hard work that you guys have been doing. Welcome to the Pitchside Podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, Obi, take us through it. You've been here from the beginning.
Yes.
How and where do we start with such a big project?
Well, we started with the project by getting the Bulls and Sundowns involved in one project.
Yes.
Where they're the owners of the stadium.
Yes.
And we thought it was time now to rebuild Loftus after 105 years.
105 years?
Yes. And the method that we chose to do was to scrap the whole stadium playing surface, take it out, resurface with silica sand and not soil, like the old one was, put in new drainage system, put in a new irrigation system, and then getting grass max in to do the artificial hybrid stitching.
All right. Obi, I'm going to need you to simplify it for me. What would be the main difference between using ordinary sand and the sand that you guys have installed?
We used the old sand, which is a soil based.
Yes.
It had a lot of clay in.
Okay.
And you'd have problems with growth, drainage. Clay is not needed in a sports facility.
Yes.
Where if you're using pure silica, there's no clay in it.
Okay.
Your drainage is better.
Okay.
Your evenness is better.
Yes.
Your growth, and by enhancing it with plastic twine, you can have a surface which just doubles the amount of play that you have in.
Amazing.
I heard in the conference that we had earlier on, a guy asked, he was a scrum half for the Bulls, and he said, could they have 2 games?
Yes.
You could have 5 games in a day here.
Back to back.
And that evening, cut it, brush it,
and the field will
next
hold.
day will be fine again.
Amazing work. Let's talk about the drainage. We've seen football pitches where after it rains, there's patches of water all over the place. That's because of the clay
content.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the silica sand should give you in the region of between 150 and 200 millimeters of drainage per hour.
Per hour, that's a lot.
Yeah, so within 15 minutes after a heavy downpour, you should be able to be playable again.
Amazing work that you guys have done in such a short space of time. How much longer do we still have to go till we can see the boys on the field?
The first game is on the 22nd of October.
Yes.
That is the Bulls against the Scarlets.
Okay.
And so we've got basically another 30 days of growth.
Wow.
The growth that you see on this side over here at the back with slightly patchy, that was seeded on Monday.
Oh, okay. It is growing at a very rapid and fast pace. Mr. Flemming, thank you for joining us today. Tell us the importance of bringing this world-class technology and grass, especially into the playing, especially for the football club.
No, it's for us very important. We're very excited about it. The way Sundowns play football, it takes highly technical abilities, but it also takes a pitch where it's possible to play that type of football.
Yeah.
It's a passing game. It's a game where it's built up from the back. It have a lot of passes. We average between 650 and 700 passes per game.
Yeah.
And we are by far the team in the league that have most passes. So a plain, strong surface is very important for our type of play. What is also important for is less injuries.
100%.
Because it's more stable, it's more subtle, and because of that, the players will not as easy get out in these stretch situations that would come on a pitch that is either uneven or not firm. And that's the thing with a hybrid pitch. It's firm compared to other grass pitches. And we are very grateful, to our board and to the 𝗟𝗙𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗡 family for making this possible. But also the partnerships are so strong because it means that there are several people who are interested in also maintaining it after, and I'm pretty sure you would agree that maintenance is a key factor for a hybrid pitch, because if it's not taken care of, it will not be much better than other pitches.
100%.
But taken care of, it lasts 8-10 years.
As I said in the seminar that we had earlier, up to 15 years.
Up to 15 years.
And we can't wait to play on it, because it will suit our game, it will suit the crowd. The crowd wants to see our way of playing football,
indeed.
shoe shine and piano, and we are now been giving optimal conditions to actually play that type of football. So we're very excited.
Mr. Flemming, somebody who's watching at home might be sitting there and saying it's great to have this as your home pitch, but when you go away to other teams, you don't have this luxury. But we have seen and even heard in the earlier presentation that there are actually quite a number of these fields around the country that have been done. What would your response be to somebody who's saying possibly this is a waste?
No, it's I understand the question, but still, out of the 30 games in the PSL, 15 of them is still home games.
Yes.
And the same when we play in the Champions League. We have a home game in the final stages. And it's true, there are some pitches, around the country, and some of them are still quite good.
Yes.
They're also quite old.
Yes.
And then again, we are back to the maintenance, which is really the importance of it. Of course, we need to be able to play on all kind of surfaces, because also when we play in the Champions League, we don't know what we are going to play on when we go to Angola, or when we go to Morocco or Tunisia and play. But we set the standards. We have always tried to raise the bar on all aspects of the game. When it comes to pitches, when it comes to players, when it comes to our recruitment, our playing style, our coaches, we feel that Mamelodi Sundowns should set the standards and raise the bar for football in South Africa and on the African continent in general.
And that's what it takes to be number one, is to keep raising the bar.
Sure, there's no other way. We don't know any other way.
100%. Thank you very much to Mr. Obi and Mr. Flemming for coming and joining us and updating us. Right now we're joined by Yves from ഗ്രാസ്മാക് Systems. Welcome to the Pitchside Podcast.
Thank you very much.
All the way from Belgium, so we're definitely going international, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I was sitting in the presentation with you, and you've done some of the world's best pitches. I'm talking all the teams, the big teams around the world are using your services. Please, can you just give us an idea of why it's so important to have installed this pitch right here?
Well, as you said, nowadays all over the world, if you look at top stadiums, top football, soccer, or top rugby, it is always placed on hybrid surfaces. The World Cup rugby, as we have it right now in France, is also played on our hybrid surfaces. I think it's very important to have a stitched hybrid here at Loftus 𝗟𝗡𝗏, because you also have a double utilization of the stadium with soccer and rugby. So that hammers the pitch and that hammers the surface, and it asks a lot of the surface and also the sub base. So reinforcing that surface and sub base by stitching fibers into it makes a world of difference, especially on the long run. In the long run, yes.
Yves, how long is the lifespan of a pitch, especially now because of the advances in technology? It's becoming a lot quicker. Things are turning around a lot quicker in terms of technology. How long is the lifespan of this pitch that's being installed?
Well, the whole idea is that the way that we've built up this pitch here with the stitched hybrid that we are actually installing, lifespan of this pitch should probably around 15 years.
Around 15 years. Now in South Africa, we use our stadiums for more than just soccer and rugby, sometimes concerts. How will us having a concert at the stadium then affect the playing turf?
It always have an effect on the playing turf. So what you need to do is to rule out as much risk as you can. And that is done by a good pitch management prior to the event. That is due to using the right products and technology to, let's say, to lower the risk of having problems with the pitch as much as possible. And also the pitch management after the event. What are you going to do after the event, after the pitch protection has been removed, and how do you bring it back to a pristine state on which you want to play rugby or soccer? So this reinforcement system will help in I would say stabilizing the surface better than it was before, and it'll give the plant, the root of the plant, better protection, so it will endure in a better way, whatever happens on it.
Now, a lot of people will be asking questions around it being called a hybrid pitch, and thinking that, for example, if you play indoor soccer, you play on the AstroTurf, and they're thinking this is an AstroTurf. No, it's not.
No, it has nothing to do with synthetic turf whatsoever. To start with, you can't see it that good or that well right now because it has been seeded only, I think, 2 weeks ago or something like that. So it is 100% natural grass that your guys will be playing on. It is hybrid because it is a combination of 100% natural grass, natural sub-base, and synthetic fibers that we stitch. So that's why it's called hybrid. But it feels like natural grass.
Yeah, because the next worry is going to be like grass. I mean, grass burns on. I mean, AstroTurf, when you fall and you get cut, you really start to feel the burn. But you're saying this is natural grass, so therefore it's going to behave in the same way.
If whoever plays it, soccer or rugby, and they haven't had that update from the coach or from the management here, they will not know that they will be playing on a hybrid field. So it will be exactly the same as natural grass in its best form. And that's the interesting thing about it. Obviously, in the growing season, when you just start the season, every field will be good. This one will be good all along the season and the year. So but it plays and feels like natural grass, so there is no risk whatsoever that players will get burned on their thighs or whatever.
And tell me, how does the weather affect the hybrid situation? Because we are saying yes, we have natural grass, but there is some part of it that is not natural. How does that the weather, the heat, or the cold affect?
There has been done some research recently about that, and what it shows is that when it's hot outside, it doesn't really influence the soil temperature, the temperature at the surface at all, because it is grown over with natural grass. So the synthetic turf fiber is not really exposed to heat. And the same goes when it's cold, when it's freezing or whatever. It will not really have an effect on the overall temperature behavior of the surface.
Now, Yves, well, I've seen that on the field we have these two very important machines called the GrassMax machines here. Please tell us a little bit about them.
Those machines, as you see them right here, are top-notch technology machines. They have been produced by German SMG machine manufacturers. They have an expertise in everything that has to do with machinery that goes on sports pitches. These machines are run fully electrical. They are laser guided, so there's no room for mistake in stitching, and they are actually running on tracks and wheels, which has a big advantage regarding the amount of damage that you do on a pitch, putting those big ones out there. So that won't have an impact on the field.
I've heard people complain that sometimes if you play in a certain direction, you're going slightly uphill, and in another direction downhill. Do these machines then help us level the playing field so that no matter which direction you're going, it's a level, flat surface?
That used to be so many years ago, where there was not technology involved, and you had to go up or downhill with your pitch to have your drainage capacity going well. Nowadays, most of the fields are almost flat. They're not entirely flat, but you can't really see or notice the difference. Players won't notice it anymore. So, and what we do is, regardless if your pitch is still downhill or uphill or even flat, it will keep that level stable throughout 10 to 15 years.
Yves, I think you need to bring one of these machines to my house. I've got a small little pitch. We need to stitch it.
We'll discuss it afterwards.
Masanda Pitchside Podcast, another exclusive coming to you live from Loftus. And we just wanted to keep you guys informed on what the developments are here. And as you can see, we're getting ready.